Game number one here on tap for us. Boston Bruins, Florida Panthers. The Boston Bruins trying to close out the series here this evening. They are minus 245. Puck line minus 1.5. Listed as plus 105. Total at 6.5. Of course, that underdog price plus 195 for the Panthers. And a decent price as well on the plus 1.5 minus 125. Carmine, we've seen a good effort out of this Florida Panthers team, firing 40-plus shots in the last game, but nobody's talking about that. Nobody needs to talk about Allmark's performance when the Bruins score 6 goals themselves. Do you think that Florida is out of this series? It gets wrapped up tonight, or will it continue and Florida will stay alive? What do you have for us tonight, Carm?
It's obviously it's a weird one because it's supposed to be the closeout, game 5 of the series, and you have the number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed. The weird thing is, I'm going to say off the bat, I like the Bruins. I have to figure the Bruins are going to close out the series, but you got to give Florida credit. Florida across the 4 games, 5-on-5, have been very good. You read some of these sites and the hockey writer sites, and they're telling you that Florida's actually played a better 5-on-5 than the Boston Bruins in this series, but they're getting annihilated, taking bad penalties, ending up in the box and getting scored on. Their quick starts, 4 games thus far in the first period, they've only allowed 3 goals through 4 games. 2 of them were on power plays. 1 was on a very bad goal that Alex Lyon is definitely hoping he gets back. So it's weird because it's weird to say to people, I think the Bruins are going to win, but it wouldn't be a bad idea taking the Florida Panthers in the first period plus a half a goal. You've got to lay about $1.50 juice on that one. At the end of the day, I think the Bruins are playing flaws. Bergeron is supposed to be back. He's going to be on a different line, apparently. I think they're going to keep Pasternak with Marchand and God, who's the third player on that line, Andrew? It's blowing my mind. I'm going to forget it right now. And Tyler Bertuzzi. And Marchand will play with Charlie Coyle and Nick Foligno. I'm not sure how many minutes he gets anyways. I would think he shouldn't even play, even though he was on the ice Tuesday. He's coming back from an injury, and you're up 3-1 in a series. Why rush a guy back unless he really wants to be in the lineup? But I would say they're going to manage his minutes. The Bruins are the player. You got to just find a way to play them. But I would stay away from taking the Bruins first period line because Florida Panthers have had 4 quick starts in the playoffs thus far, been pretty good in the first period. So and their backs are up against the wall. No idea who's playing in goal tonight. Maurice is not saying who he's going to start, whether it's going to be Alex Lyon that some sites are reporting will be in goal, or whether it's Bobrovsky. But I'm sure before this show's over, we're going to know. But the Bruins are the player tonight. Prez?
Yeah, Carm, listen, this is one of those games we've got washed Redskin rights. I'm putting my mortgage on Boston. And, Boston's in the exact same position that Carolina was last night. They're coming home. They can put it away. And we saw Carolina lose. So please do not put your mortgage on anything, actually, even if it's like a minus 2,000. This game feels like an under to me, Carm, and I know we're getting overs in this series, and I feel like we're going to get a little Schwinkter pucker factor from both these teams, especially to start the game. I look at a 6.5 and I think, man, 4-2 feels like a reasonable score to me in this game. I'm not going to sit around and talk like I'm going to be betting a whole lot of money on the side here because I'm not. I wouldn't take Boston minus 240, and I don't feel like regulation's the right way to go in this instance. I'm looking to take under the total of 6.5 points.
I think that Florida has done everything they possibly can offensively, and it just simply has not been enough. Last game, to have 44 shots on goal, to create so many dangerous opportunities. Analytical freaks are going nuts because Florida is not capitalizing on the chances they should be, and that's really how Boston wins their games. I'll tell anybody, if you like Florida, don't bet the plus 1.5 because if they're going to win outright. If you like the Bruins, don't bet the money line, bet the minus 1.5 plus 105 or 100. or take a look at that team total over 3.5 goals. I think Boston will smother Florida. I could honestly see a very similar scoreline here. I could see a 5-2, 6-2 like last time, 5-3. I like this game to just squeak up and over the total, but even more so, I like Boston's team total over 3.5 goals. Getting Bergeron back. All guys are clicking right now. Jake DeBrusk is having a great playoffs. And when it comes down to it, guys, I simply look at the lineups for the Florida Panthers, and they're not getting nearly enough production. Matthew Tkachuk, as dirty as he can be, has been the best player for the Panthers. Verhaeghe has been okay. Sam Bennett came back in the lineup. He's created some chances, but Bruins have an answer for everything they throw at them. Alexander Barkov, where's that guy been? I haven't really seen him too much all series long. So I look at this Boston Bruins team, and I feel like they have an answer for a lot of things Florida has. Great point made there by Carmen about Florida in the first period. If anybody does like them today, I would recommend looking at the first period play. Don't know if they can put together a full 60 minutes, but maybe the first period would be a good shot for you. But I like the team total over for the Boston Bruins, over 3.5 goals, and would not be surprised to see some empty net goals or a third period over in this one as well.